is called another spirit. That was the spirit that was upon a man called Daniel. In Daniel chapter 6 verse 3, he said this Daniel was preferred above the governors, above the president, because an excellent spirit, another spirit is the spirit of power. The Bible says in 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7 that God has not given unto us the spirit of fear, but he has given unto us the spirit of power. You see, and of love and of a sound mind. If you must follow God fully, you need another spirit, the spirit that helps you to pray, the spirit that helps you to press on. When men say there is a cast down, that spirit tells you there is a lifting up. You need another spirit that when people are giving up, that spirit propels you. He said we know not what to pray as we ought. He said but the spirit of God maketh intercessions for us with groanings that cannot be uttered. There is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth him understanding. Child of God, when you want to follow and follow fully, you must pray for an exceptional spirit. It is the spirit of God. Is the spirit in Isaiah chapter 11. If you read from verse 2, it calls it the spirit of the Lord, the spirit of might and of quick understanding, the spirit of counsel, the spirit of knowledge, the spirit of wisdom and of the fear of the Lord. You need another spirit to propel you, to become a stabilizer, to become an energizer. Even when men are weary, when men are tired, when men are giving up, that spirit propels you, that spirit controls you. I like what the Bible says. Anytime Samson is about to perform a major feat, the Bible will say, and the spirit came upon him mightily. When the spirit comes upon you, it becomes an energizer. When others are giving up, you are pressing on. That was the spirit that came upon Paul when Paul said that I may know him and the power of his resurrection and the fellowship of his suffering, be made conformable unto his death. Another spirit, that was the spirit that came upon the three Hebrew boys, Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego, and they said we are not careful to answer you in this matter. If our God does not deliver us, we will not bow. Another spirit, that was the spirit that came upon Elijah, and he said the God that answers by fire, let him be God. Another spirit, that was the spirit that came upon Joshua, and Joshua said, sun stand still, moon stand still in the valley of Ajalon. And the Bible says never ever in a time in history had God acting to the voice of a man like that day. Another spirit was the spirit that came upon Caleb at the age of 80. Caleb said, give me this mountain. I am strong like I was 40 years ago. Another spirit, that was the spirit that came upon a man called Philip, and when it came upon him, he moved from Samaria and he found himself in Azotus. Another spirit, that was the spirit that came upon Peter, and the Bible says they laid down the sick that the shadow of Peter might fall on them. Another spirit, that was the spirit that came upon Elisha, and he said, bring me a minstrel. As the minstrel began to play, he said, there shall be no more death in the land. Another spirit, that was the spirit that was mighty upon a man called Jeremiah, and he was found in prison, but he made a declaration, and in a matter of 3 weeks, those that put him in prison began to fight themselves. Another spirit, that was the spirit that was upon the man called Peter, and when Peter was put in prison, the Bible says an angel came and brought him out of prison. When he got to the iron gate, it opened of its own accord. Another spirit, that was the spirit that snuffed life out of a man called Herod, and worms began to eat him up. Another spirit, that was the spirit that brought the manna in the wilderness and fed over 6 million people day and night. Another spirit, that was the spirit that came upon the sling of David, and when he threw the sling, it located the unprotected forehead of the man called Goliath and brought him down. Another spirit, that was the spirit on Christ, and the Bible says if that spirit spirit that raised Jesus from the dead dwells in you, it will quicken your mortal bodies. Another spirit, for the Lord is that spirit, and wherever the spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. Another spirit, it is the spirit that quickeneth. The flesh profited nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. Another spirit, he that is born of the flesh is flesh, but he that is born of the spirit is spirit. Another spirit, the wind bloweth, here is listed. Thou hearest the sound, thou canst not tell where it comes or goeth. So is every man that is born of the spirit of God. Another spirit, for he that has not the spirit of God is not of him. You don't serve a dead God, you serve a mighty God. He's the same yesterday, he's the same today, he's the same forever. When God says yes, no man can say no. When God lifts you up, no man can bring you down. God is on your side, power is on your side, glory is on your side, favor is on your side, miracle on your side. God is on your side, 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 God is on your side. Somebody shout fire, yeah, 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 yeah.